Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a foundation review. I'll be showing you before and after, flash photo, how it looks in natural light, how it looks at the end of the day. All the timestamps will be linked down below if you'd like to skip ahead and you just want to get to the good part, whatever you feel the good part is. Today I'm going to be reviewing a brand new foundation that hasn't even launched yet. It is the KVD Beauty Good Apple Serum Foundation. They're saying that this is the most natural looking full coverage foundation ever. So let's see. If you've yet to subscribe, be sure to do so, but let's go ahead and get started. So I'm actually brand new to the KVD Beauty PR list. I've purchased some of their products over the past couple of years. I was a huge fan of Kat Von D Beauty back in the day. Lolita was my favorite liquid lipstick. The Shade and Light contour palette changed my life. Then shenanigans happened. I stepped away from the brand, but I'm back now, baby. And I have to say, I've loved the Good Apple products that I've tried. Specifically the concealer, I have it in the shade Tan 158. I've been using that a lot, and I haven't used this as much since I purchased it, but I remember reviewing it and quite enjoying it, and I'll link it down below. The Good Apple Skin Perfecting Foundation Balm. But today it is all about the KVD Beauty Good Apple Serum Foundation. This comes in 40 different shades. I think the packaging is very cute. It has that, KVD Beauty, Kat Von D has always had great kind of cute gothic packaging, and I'm not really into this style particularly, like in the way I dress or the way I decorate my home, that kind of thing, but the vibe on the makeup is really stinking cute. I can't contest that. It does come in 40 shades. They've always done pretty great shade ranges. I feel like for a long time the original KVD, that matte full coverage foundation, that came with a great shade range too, so really happy to see. Unfortunately, I don't have the information on pricing yet because it's not out yet as I'm filming this. It does launch on February 6th, I believe, in store and online, and they're saying this is a transfer-proof serum foundation, and I have mine in the shade Tan 63. I did wear the Good Apple Foundation Balm in Tan 66. They're saying this is vegan, cruelty-free, non-comedogenic, no flashbacks, so we'll be putting that to the test today with a flash photo test. It also comes with 30 milliliters or a full fluid ounce, which is the average size of a foundation, so appreciate that. We've got a pump glass so you can see right through it. I will say this shade, the undertone is a little yellow on me, but the shade works. But what they do say on the website is that if you know your Good Apple Foundation Balm shade, start there. You may need to try a new shade, because it dries down to its true color. So I did kind of notice that it did dry potentially a little bit deeper, but not by much, not to the same degree that say like the NARS Light Reflecting did. But they're saying that you can use, and again, this came in PR packaging, so I kind of wish that they let me know like the price and what it's going to look like for the consumer. I think we get a little bit lost in influencer stuff when it's like, yeah, but what about the people that are actually going to buy it? You know what I mean? So there's a sponge that they sent me with it, that this is what they're recommending. And then they say that you can use this to do like the pat blend option, or you can use a brush, a denser foundation brush, depending on the level of coverage that you want. But I don't know, and I would assume this probably doesn't come with the foundation. The only thing I'll say that kind of annoys me right off the bat is they don't have like a foundation shade finder. If the shades aren't going to match up exactly, I'd love for them to guide us a little bit, or at least give us an idea of like, try 2 shades up, 2 shades down. I'm assuming they don't want to be accountable for if it doesn't match, because they have a Find My formula to choose between the Good Apple Balm and the Good Apple Serum, but it's sort of like, well, you're marketing the balm for balanced to dry skin and you're marketing the serum to combo to oily. So that is a fairly easy choice to make. Versus the shade, where a lot of us are purchasing online. Anyways, I'm going to prep my skin with the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Serum today. I did use the primer that comes with this yesterday in a TikTok, so I'll link that down below. It's their Pore Refining Primer, and I have to say it was a really nice primer. It didn't have that very typical pore filling primer feel that can be like so silicone-y, so like slick on the skin. But because this is a more matte formula, I want to go with something a little bit more hydrating. My skin type is probably, I would say, combo, but I definitely prefer a more natural finish foundation. So I'm just going to wear the foundation the way that I like it, but if you want to see it maximum coverage, I'll link a video down below so you can see it that way too, where I'll be using the sponge and the primer. I took out just 2 pumps of foundation. I used more than this yesterday, so I'm kind of curious to see what this ends up looking like with a little less coverage, how buildable it is, because that's realistically how I would wear it. And I'm going to use this e.l.f. Complexion Duo brush, But the thing that I noticed immediately on application was the coverage. This is some serious coverage. It's kind of what we expect from KVD Beauty. They've always been known for coverage. And it's a little different to like what is all over the market right now, which is like no makeup, off-duty model, vanilla girl, whatever is going on right now. You know, whatever trend they're trying to push on us. But they say that this is max coverage, minimum weight, transfer proof, extreme long wear, pore blurring natural finish with flexible elastomer pigments, luxe recyclable glass bottle, versatile modern formula. What do you think? Get some breakouts so you can kind of see the difference. I always recommend less is more with foundation. Even if you're acne prone and you're looking for coverage, you buy something like this that has good coverage so that you only need to use a little bit. When I used this yesterday, I definitely kind of was more generous with the pumps. I just kind of maybe had 4 pumps on my face. Today is 2 and it's absolutely enough. Especially because even though I do have some breakouts, I'm not looking for the fullest coverage. I'm looking for something more natural in both coverage and finish. So I'm not like manipulating the foundation, but I'm just seeing like how it works, right? Yesterday I wore pretty full coverage, pretty matte, and today I'm gonna wear it a little more like how I would typically wear it. So I think you can see that it definitely has a more matte finish. There's not a lot of sheen to my skin. It's not completely flat, but it's not dewy by any means. I'll get up close so you can see. Just turn down my lights here a little. But it does look natural on the skin. It hasn't dried down completely, but I don't want to build it up anymore. I don't like to lose my freckles. But I have built it up to about a medium. You definitely can get it to full, and I use, like I said, those 2 small pumps with a not completely dense brush. So if you were to use this little pad and the 2 pumps, you might be able to get it a little more full. I definitely got it pretty full when I wore it yesterday using this. Again, it really depends on your brush, the amount of foundation you use, and also the condition of your skin, depending on like how full coverage something's gonna look. So for me, I'm kind of in an okay place with my skin with some redness and breakouts, and it does a really good job covering that up. It doesn't feel the lightest on my face. Like I know they're calling this a serum foundation. I don't totally know where they're getting at in terms of like what is serum-y about it. Like I know that they're saying in the sense that like it has some good ingredients in there, like it's got glycerin, like quince, I think is how you pronounce it, quince leaf extract, and it's not that it's cakey, but it could be. It could be, depending on what you're used to. If you're used to using all these like dewy skin tint serum foundations, this definitely feels more like just a foundation to me. But what I do like about it is it's a more matte finish foundation. It's a more full coverage foundation that doesn't feel super heavy, but it does not feel as light as all the other things that are out there. So I don't fully see the serumness of it, but I appreciate it, you know. It is what it is. That's why we're here to review things. So I'm gonna go ahead and take some photos and I'll be right back. I am back with the rest of my makeup on and I think it looks so pretty. I so much prefer this to when I wore it yesterday, like much more full coverage and less sort of my style. I'm not going to put on a setting spray today, but I would normally wear one. That's kind of my preference. Nice perfected smooth skin because you are getting that more full coverage, or I'm getting more full coverage than I'm used to, I guess. I think it looks really pretty. Like I said, it doesn't feel heavy, but it doesn't feel like super lightweight nothingness either, because it's not. You know what I mean? Like, it's just sort of the nature of the beast. But I think it does look so beautiful. As for photos, I thought it performed quite well there too. Here in my studio lighting, it looks really nice on the skin. You can see it definitely has the more matte finish, but not completely flat. And then in flash photo, it took me so long. My face was out of focus. I can't tell you. I know I've mentioned this before, but I cannot tell you how much I hate these flash photos. They're some of the most unflattering pictures of me, I think, to exist. And I post them on the internet a couple of times a month. But I think it did pretty good considering. I think if I had it even more full coverage, you might get a little bit of the, it's not necessarily flashback. It's not flashback. It's just the fact that you're wearing, you know, paint on your face, essentially. And if your natural skin isn't showing through, it's not going to look as natural in photos if there's no sheen on your face. But I do think it performed pretty well considering. There's no SPF in there or anything. So I think things look really good. I'm going to wear this about my day and I will check back with you in some natural light. Okay, I'm just getting in the door. Oh, Roo-boo, Roo-boo, Roo-cat-boo-cat. There he is. There's that girl. Anyways, I just coming in, I just picked up my Walmart grocery, not delivery, because I saved the $5 and walked to pick it up myself. In this economy. But anyways, here is how the foundation is looking. I think you can see it's lost some of the yellowness that it sort of initially had on my skin, which I appreciate. I think this is a good shade match, so I was glad that they didn't send me the exact corresponding shade to the one that I used in the balm. My nose has been running a lot, so you can see I've basically wiped it away, and because it's a more full coverage product, it looks a little more obvious than when I have like a lighter coverage product. Doesn't look bad, but this happens to me with almost every foundation. In my opinion, nothing is 100% transfer proof, because, you know, gravity, science, physics, chemistry, biology, all that kind of stuff. But that being said, I think it does look really, really good. It doesn't look like no makeup, it's not supposed to, but I think it does look really kind of perfected on the skin. It's got a little bit of a blurred look to it. I'm not super greasy or shiny. Highlight, blush, bronzer, all of that is still in place and looks really good. So really happy with how it looks. It doesn't feel heavy either. It hasn't gotten any heavier now that some of my natural oils are starting to come through. I think it looks even prettier actually. So I'm gonna check back with you this evening and I'll give you my final thoughts. Okay, we are back. It is sort of the end of my makeup day. I just woke up. I fell asleep for a little nap. I'm on day 2 of my period, so it always hits very, very hard. But here is how the foundation looks. I got a little bit of black around my eyes just from mascara, and I think when I went out my eyes always water when it's really windy and cold, but I think you can see things look really good. The only coverage that I've really lost is right here just under my nose, but other than that I think it looks really good. The shade match looks good. It's not oily or greasy. I do get a little bit sweaty when I'm sleeping, so I think it's held up really well. I didn't try to particularly nap, like I didn't like bury my face in the pillow or anything here, but I tried to just nap fairly normally. And I think it looks good, so it didn't transfer a lot in that sense, and it didn't start to slip or slide around. So I definitely would recommend this for a normal, oily, or combination skin type. I can definitely see myself using this a lot, but probably in the lightest way possible. So like I might wear it like this on like a night out. On the day-to-day, for me personally and how I like foundations, I can see myself mixing this with like just a tiny bit of this and a little bit of like Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter or the e.l.f. or any of those kind of liquid highlighters, Drunk Elephant Debronzy, that kind of vibe. That way I'm getting like the coverage and the matte-ness from the foundation, the great staying power, but then I'm also getting a little bit of lightness, a little bit of sheerness, a little bit more of that warmth that I'm looking for from one of those types of products. That's how I would probably use this. If you have a dry skin type, I don't see you loving this. They recommend the balm a little bit more for that. I still don't really see that necessarily either. As for the serum, kind of claims, I don't really feel that either. To me, this just feels like a really great foundation. It's not like the lightest formula ever, and it does look fairly natural on the skin considering how full coverage it is. Anything full coverage is not going to look completely natural in my opinion. It's just sort of a matter of like how good does it look, like, you know, does it look like good makeup? Does it just look like a ton of makeup? Is she wearing makeup? And I think it's, you know, it's like I'm wearing makeup, but it's pretty nice, and I think it's held up pretty well considering I've worn it all day. And I'm actually going out to dinner, so I'm just going to be kind of like refreshing my face and continuing to wear this out, so that speaks to that as well. I just don't want, I want to be able to come home and immediately wash my face instead of filming this. So anyways, I'm going to end this here. I think it looks really great. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you plan on trying this foundation. Have you been shopping from KVD Beauty? Did you ever stop shopping from Kat Von D herself? As always, if you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at SamanthaJaneYT, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!